And finally, welcome back. Music, uh, sound is working fine. I got the second Marvel Rivals video finally finished. And for those of you that are curious about the Marvel Rivals progress, it hasn't, I haven't made any progress at all. Mostly it came down to teammates that I work with. It did not go well like the last two seasons. Apparently, that's gonna be sorted out with the placement matchmaking that's gonna come much later. But until then, you basically are at the mercy of who you get. But anyway, today we're going to be doing the Final Fantasy game again, just to see how much more of the story I can cover. I was hoping to start a little earlier, but I had to get the second video published, which I already finished yesterday, but I didn't want to have it be a problem later on. Anyway, let's do this. Let's see how much progress I can make on the story today. And so far, my first impressions of the Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail story is I don't like Wokolomot's character. I have heard about it, but I never really thought on it until I actually saw it for myself. Is there going to be actual character development with that character or no? Who knows? We'll see. And for those of you that are curious and been wanting a home, well, I finished grinding or finished doing the Island Sanctuary a long time ago, mainly because I was finishing the leveling on all the tanks, healers, and DPS that I have. All of it is done, and we're gonna go continue with the story. So let's see if we can make some progress on the story. Yeah, let's see if we can make some progress on the story. Turns out there's a different place here, but whatever. All right, where is this main scenario story? Oh, you gotta go back to the main road. That's fine. I'm glad I finished the leveling before I tackled this Dawntrail story. You know what else could have been an interesting character instead of Wokolomot as a third chosen? Darkwing Duck. Alright, let's just continue on with the story here. The soundtrack again is interesting. Alright, let's just continue on. What is Mablu's dream? Okay. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. Okay. With that, I suppose we should hop on Alcapas. Alpaca, as Mablu has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. And it's off to the meat fields we go. Yeah, was it Endwalker or Shadowbringers that does a cutscene ride like this? Is this something that everybody can see that I'm riding like this, or am I invisible? I don't know. I'm glad the game doesn't do this every single quest, but only in certain ones. I wonder if that mountain is going to be a dungeon or something. Wouldn't surprise me if that is the case. Again, the soundtrack is always the highlight of this game. In total, I don't really know how many composers are working on this game. I know there is one composer everybody knows, but in total, I don't know. But the music almost never disappoints in this game. And there's only a few songs that I can actually... Oh no. Why is the game freezing for some reason? I don't know. I hope you didn't see that, or maybe you did see that, I don't know. But why is it freeze up like that? Whatever. Don't think you have a voiceover here. Nope. We made it! I sent the alpacas back to Kulov's Inn, so we walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. That perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes. And everyone works hard at their chores. Grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wakalama's way of people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Maple herself over there. Let's hatch the Third Promise, and let's get to bargaining. This is like the Amazing Race, but it's not really the Amazing Race. Yeah, it's basically just, you know, it's sort of like a fetch quest, in a way. You go from one location to the next one. Yeah, the little axe for me? Yes. Thanks. Now let's see what we can get for it. Okay. You Miplu? Well, well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have an offer? This hatchet. Quality acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of meat leaves in exchange. Okay, hold on a second. A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 bill and 1,000 scholar. Same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mr. Smithblue, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We missed the window for demand. In that case, I'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the Third Promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the Second Promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives. I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you they have nothing but respect for Bulama. But this is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off with the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Koana's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Oh yeah, more busy work, sure. You can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Yes, more busy work. Yes, more busy work. But then again, we've done this before. Added value to the tip to scales. How could I forget one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Bablu. You know, I've made it together. Okay. Oh no, I'm helping too. Oh, okay. Off the fields then. You picked healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Okay. Grab 5 things. Okay. And just like the previous expansions, you'll eventually get to everything. Eventually. Grab 5 things. You know, I was thinking of doing FC stuff, but unfortunately I had other games to do. But thankfully that's gonna be sorted out soon. Okay, just grab 5 things. Okay. Okay. You brought me some leaves then? Yes. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fare before I make any decisions, though. Okay. Yeah, we brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Oh yeah, sure, trading. Premiuming. Bought at the shop. 1 sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pale in the thousands column. Sure, why not? Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. Do you give it good home? Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we've come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. Yeah, mostly filler so far. Nah, Blue, what's wrong? That's as if I was saying before. Even after everything Toby's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then, I need your help after forgetting a basic rule trade. How can I expect Toby to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming Dawn's servant happens to be the best way to do it. If Oklahoma was acting like this most of the time and not childlike, that'd be great. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I would be surprised if Tobley held the same opinion. So talk to him. Finally, something we can agree, Walk. Instead of, being childlike. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. Okay. So far, it's just filler. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next, then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pounds? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into the double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise, but you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. To be honest, no. No, you need to mature more. Become hardened. No, you need to become hardened. You need to become more mature. Is there character development here? We'll see. I like this Quest Complete fanfare song in this expansion. Probably the best one so far. I don't know why they're doing this, but whatever. It's a given. Whatever. Okay. I've never been one to take it slow. Once I have a goal in mind, it's full speed ahead. That's who I am. Okay. Before I go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Aaronville's point. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. Yay. And we're back. Okay, let's just quick travel back. Okay. Feeling the sky's overpowering. The fumes alone are making me dizzy. Want to speak with a man by the name of Gobley. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if you're to convince him to trade for twice what leaves are worth, so we're gonna need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to people here in the distillery, perhaps Oklahoma could disable the village entrance. Meanwhile, I head to the north side, see what I can learn. Okay. Me? I'm a chef from Tulio. I often come here to buy Gobley's mezcal, the finest in Toral, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. Take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still, end up so addled as to agree whatever price he quotes me. It'd be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations. Guess I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. There's not much I can say about Gobley, but I can tell you what Gobley's been saying. The other day, he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't really bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. And finally... might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed at a sun perch. Oh, so you gotta dress up for the occasion. Or as we say here on Earth, you can't make a scene without the green. So, what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal's good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobley's working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. Then go ahead and bring over them on. Is there gonna be voiceovers? Honestly, if there is ever any voiceovers for something important, it's always great. Definitely nothing suspicious by bringing a crocodile. Actually, alligator. Never mind. Get business with me, sir? Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? I don't know if we're gonna get voiceovers here. Probably not. I'll be very surprised if the game proves me wrong. No, I don't think so. No. Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would, I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal. Ah, an excellent choice. Must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have pale, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. Just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards you want to play first? What about the monsters? What about the monsters? Why not? Let's hold on to that one. We need to consider our timing. Strong drink, maybe? I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, Hobigood Chef, is the same. Seeing as that everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. You're right, absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobigo friend, but I did not realize I myself was to blame. I was endeavored to be better host. Still, even though that with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. So, we're back to square one. So we ever tackle the monsters causing the trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promises graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I could secure the deal. Well, I should think your exception to mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared. And first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shunza. It would be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime supply simply for want of proper garments. Daddy Wood, are you saying you have garments to offer something ideal for court? We have no garments in hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnok, and his works are highly regarded to y'all. We're basically salesmen at this point. As a supporter of a keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I would like to take full advantage. But the scales still aren't quite balancing. This is basically salesmanship. Whatever. Say, weren't those monsters running amok, getting juggy jaws? Truly, we most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sales swords to clear them out. Factoring that safe expense and introduction to the trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Are you have a deal? Yes, I knew you'd come around. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introduction letter to Bone Nook. Those you're looking for, just turn to what your pillow. Be safe. Yes. Let's go kill something. Yes. Okay. Thankfully, we are already a high level to deal with this. That should be a good jaws just over there. This will go faster split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pests. Okay. Okay. Yeah, killed 3 of these things. And we already are a high level for this. What if we switch to a machinist? Yep. Easy enough. Compared to the creatures I hunted Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna see how much progress we can do in the MSQ here. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Not really. Now if I could just have the sack of leaves. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. And we better get something now. Honestly, this just feels pretty straightforward. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the meat leaves and a written introduction to Bodnok, as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work. Especially you, Mablu. You're the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. Well, let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Yep, Mablu is it. You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Yeah, so far, this is just filler story. You basically do business, and that's it. I wouldn't call it an excellent trade. Not really. It's just something that the plot needs to do. Okay. Even at the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 pill jug of anything before. That's what stopped shaking. Here, better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Can you imagine if you dropped dead and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havli's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. This is it. The trade we've been working towards. Why couldn't you just hold on to it for the short distance we had to walk? Right. You're still in peace. Right. Get your tools ready. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing. A few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an inspired trader with a gift for negotiation. Okay. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Dural Jah. I cannot go against the guiding principles of Pilipilu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, third promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. I can taste that smooth mezcal already. Please tell me the FPS was limited to 80. Yes. We did it. The saddle is ours. Yes, we know. To think we started out with only a 100-pound basket of aka wool. Thank you. Makes me so glad to say that they're. I mean, imagine if Welcome was something like Darkwing Duck, but whatever. We got what we came for. Ah, you flatter us, game. But we didn't really do much. We were just there. Okay. Down the good news, yes. Looks like everyone's been pitching in with the alpacas. You've been away for some time. I assume trading was productive. Made the mistake of starting one and caught a glove of spittle for my trouble. You can understand what Glama's aversion to the animals. Dublin Erinvale been teaching us how to care for alpacas. One gentle girl ate the feast straight from my hand. Do I get voiceovers finally or no? No. You've acquired the saddle, then? Yes. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know. Okay. Gods, I did it. Looks like it. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting Welcome's touch. That is because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good, long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only now noticing that. Zeralja, he's back. Having done exactly what he set out to do. Now the Paka is brought. It's just me, or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden Paka lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both men and its own kind. How do you manage to snare a prize like that? The beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. And that illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Pokemon. Right. Strength alone won't win him for our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City. Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Sometimes you don't need war, but I digress. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict. The wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuyao all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth have they basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Yes, but it's also bad. But whatever. It's a longer story. Thus, the resilient sons seek to provide education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. It's true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned, and the ruins it left behind. And you think, and of course they're gonna think it's not gonna happen to them. Typical. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons, and you don't think yours is gonna be any different. Sure. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Goloja did not elevate the Momoja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tuyao, but the star in its entirety. Oh, sure. What? Why? I did not explain myself to you. Oh yeah, sure. Sure. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me, or even with Kuana. It's like we're not even family. Unfortunately, there are people like that, or beings like that, no matter what you do. That's the way of life. You're not going to get along with everybody, no matter how hard you try. A golden Apaka in the flesh, like the Golden City. I thought them a children's tale. What kind of idiot thinks the world can be united with war? Even most Garleans have since realized that their conquests were a mistake. Zeralja is willing to go to war for his twisted vision of peace. But should he achieve this peace, then what? Yes. So much of our stars begun to embrace reconciliation and rebuild. And this would-be warlord would thrust us all back into turmoil. Cannot allow it to happen. It's worse. I'll ponder Zeralja and its mysteries later. Your now need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle. I'll practice how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The Valley of Orunkai is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Woklamat off on her hunt. Okay. Alright, here we go. Even after 40 minutes, we're still at level 90. I wonder when it's going to turn level 91. Okay. Wonder what that's about. How deep do you think the valley is? I glanced over the edge on the way here, but the mist was too thick to even speculate. I've never set foot beyond this point. The valley is said to be home to fiends far more ferocious than spitting alpacas. Orunkai is a steep and treacherous place, so only those with the head ledger's blessing are permitted to go here, there. Okay. Zorelja may have caught his alpaca first, but that doesn't mean Woklamat is out of the running. She can't do this. I was right. The least we can do is let Woklamat know we're cheering for her. Imagine if Woklamat was Darkoon Duck. If only. Do we get voiceovers? I don't think we're gonna get voiceovers here.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it.
Oh, I noticed the smooth camera movements, so we're finally getting some voiceovers finally. Yay.
Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too.
Imagine trying to defeat an Ashian. I don't think Woklamat can do it.
Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Woklamat is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Ironville is the best character besides the original cast. And whoever the voice actor for Ironville is, I like it. Great voice.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
Yes.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding this city of gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
Later?
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Are you speaking a little too soon, Mablu?
Wait. Do you hear that?
They did it!
Good job. Nice.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Don't overwork. If you can, do not overwork.
Well done, Third Promise.
I can't speak from experience, but based on the many stories and fiction I've heard, one moment you're exhausted, you're really tired, and it's all over. So do not overwork if you can.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
The main thing is you did it. The main thing, and that's the main thing, you did it. Although it would be nice to know what was going on, but whatever. We were out here for quite some time. I'm glad Wuklama was able to capture Alpaka. And Aaronville choosing to share his story with us was a welcome surprise. Alphino was quick to lend a hand with dismantling the tent. Is this to be his new obsession that he's mastered collecting firewood? I don't know. Thanks to Alphino, his healing hands, I can actually stand again. Maybe even walk. Okay. So relieved, Third Promise came back to us safely. The alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Okay, hold on, let me through that. Wuklama had no serious injuries to speak of. However, she had clearly been pushed to the very limits of her endurance. Oop. Yeah. Spoke too much. If Wuklama's up to it, we should be heading back to Tobli. Okay. Knowing the Pillow. Wuklama still seems a bit unsteady in her feet. Hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know we'll melt away fatigue like magic, though? Make tea. I went to the ranch to get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall set a slower pace for our exhausted Third Promise. Okay. Okay. Usually when there's a picture in, usually there's a picture, that means like there's a story moment, like an important story moment that's gonna happen, but we'll see. Yeah, this is still mostly filler. It's a fetch quest. And I bet the others are more or less similar. Come back ahead of the others, did you? Came back ahead of the others, did you? Should hurry along with the tea, then I can't be that far behind. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. You see, you become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat. What sounds they react to. Their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes. There's no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes. Although, I couldn't find a shiny one like Zeral Jaw did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They're elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Golul Jaja himself. About chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tulial, in a time when the mountain giants, the Yokoi, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days, to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Golul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yokoi in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Golul Jaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Golul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pilu from the Yokoi's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Golul Jaja transformed us into a clan of ignorant merchants. I never heard the bond Papa forged with the Pilu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Golul Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek upon into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures. An ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Mabu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, You also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pilu fashion. I certainly doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. So this is what they look like. Go on, set it in the tablet. Perfect fit. That leaves 6 more. You're well on your way, third promise. They'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable. Sure. I'm thankful to you as well, Wakama. You're giving me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. I mean, you're introverted, yes. Doble, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You're my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Dublin. What did I tell you? There's one last thing I can help you with, third promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yokoi. They once ruled over far more than just the Rokpacha and the Pilu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yoktural and all its peoples. During that era, the Pilu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yokoi could have tell us? They may have not found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated? We lose nothing from asking that question. Besides, if you're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh, Grail, I have a question I mean to ask. And seem to be finished with the feat. Where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes. Pieces just like it first became fashionable Yukturol around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago. Right about the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first became to be crafted, I could try to find out, seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants. I'm curious to learn more about it myself. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mablu? Alright then, let's head back to Toyal and get ready to search for the next Elector. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn's servant. So make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent, that brother of hers. Even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zeralja's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Oglamut. Everyone she meets will come to love her too. And that's why she'll win the throne. I mean, what's worse than the alternative? Who knows? You might be right, my Blue. You might be right. I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. I expected as much from the moment they saw him, but winning the contest against Zeralja will not be easy. The Yokoi once ruled the entirety of Yoktoral. I'm curious to see what has become of them. Four-legged troubles aside, Oklahoma completed the feat and earned the keystone. That's all that matters. I never dared hope we would finally leave for this earring mystery so quickly. It's good to have the feat of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Zeralja and his shiny golden alpaca. I know you shouldn't let it bother me. Gods know we've all been so supportive, but I want to be strong, or wise, like my brothers, to be a promise that people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on about things. Let's move on. Back to Jalviati with us. The contest has hardly begun. Okay. Okay, we're going back there. Is the gold alpaca still here, or has it disappeared? Oh, still here. Oh, it's still here. Cool. Is that a mount you can get? It won't surprise me. Okay, here we go. Okay. People remind me of the Lalafell, never letting their size slow them down or hold them back. They move at their own pace, making their textiles and mezcal, and raise alpacas to bear them to market. Neither Kuana nor Kujaja appear to be in Washimpillo. I imagine they're around somewhere, making progress even as we are. I've heard there are hot springs in Okupacha, and time permitting. Gold alpaca, alone. I tried to track the beast myself. And just like that, we found an Elector and won our first keystone. And it was right to trust your instincts. Come on, let's keep things moving. And march onwards to Kuzamuka. Chances are good we'll find an Elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your patient Hanu friend has to say. Okay, to Kuzamuka. I've been quite content waiting here, dining on the third promise's coin, but it seems you're ready to ask your questions now. So, just like get to know. The route to Kunanu goes south to the Arc of Dawn, and they follow the road which runs alongside the Kuzumuka River, is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brethren tell me the recent storms rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Our worst was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart, and several people injured, if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. So be sure to watch your footing. Thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. Sounds like they were hit hard by that storm. Anyway, if we're bound for Kuzamuka, we should head over to the Ark. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's go. So we can finally see what the next zone looks like. Still level 90, but hey, at least we get to see something new. I still stand by what I said. This social hub kind of reminds me of a DreamWorks movie. But whatever. Something that DreamWorks would do, but whatever. I should have liked to observe the festival, but the Hanu are probably not in the mood to celebrate. I swear that gate gets bigger every time I see it. Considering the size of Golo Jaja, though, I suppose it's better than having it to be too small. Go through this gate and we'll be on our way south to Kozamuka. Hanu are friendly folk who should welcome us with open arms. Assuming they're not too preoccupied with recent troubles, that is. Are we all ready to leave? And onwards to Kozamuka. Open the way.
Kosamauka, the land of rainbow terraces. It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the Marcy Trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
The Isle of Ham was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, I guess.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before. Come on. Okanu isn't much farther.
Wetlands is an apt name. Much of the ground here is positively saturated. I'd love to stand at the bottom of those huge waterfalls and bask in the majesty of it all. Pity they're so far away. There's no stopping the third promise, is there? Good thing she has Ernville to keep her from getting lost. For all his grumbling, he's certainly there for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. Right, let's get moving. We continue along this road, we should find ourselves in a village before long. Okay. Yeah, there's much more foliage. I don't mind this at all. So this is a Hanu village. You can tell at a glance how very different their culture is to the Vanus. Oh, stupid check Waterfalls? Assuming we have the right idea, one of the Dawntrail's electors should be here somewhere. The water from the falls must flood the wetlands and flow into all these streams and rivers. Everyone has arrived, and none the worse for wear. Except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud despite my explicit warnings. Yes, just say anything. Anyway, it's not a village I was telling you about. Okanu. Okay. It's like our friend said, that people are in no mood for festivities. Can only assume they're still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed, well, let's do what we came to do and find this elector. Okahali! What now? Sano greeting. Surely you heard it the last time you were here. Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Greetings to the third promise and her entourage. I, Zanohali, welcome you to Okano. As elder of my people, I shall also be fulfilling the duties of elector during the rite of succession. I'm ready. Give me the feet and test my worth. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know that we are not quite ready to begin. For the moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village. Alright then, it helped to do some investigating ocean pillows. So let's take a look around here as well. Yay. Might I suggest a division of forces again? For instance, Aaronvale and Silicura should concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. And Lamanino and myself will handle this northern half. Sounds good to me. Yeah, so far it's only been an hour, and at least we made it to this part of the game. Okay. Cool. Okay. Wonder what we gotta do here. Oh, the storm. Yeah. Yes. You heard about the storm? Never seen the likes of it before. With the supplies and help the Dawn Servant sent, we're making progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there is so much else that was lost for good. What was lost? What was lost? What was lost? Okay. A lot of houses are still damaged, and the Hanu I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. The storm broke more than wooden reeds. There must be something I can do to help them. I want to look around a bit more. Okay. Alright, what else has been broken around here? Okay. Okay. So... Again, I do like the variety of locations in this game. It prevents things from being a little too repetitive. It's a matter of boat. Wouldn't surprise me, yeah, I guess. There's the reeds. Yeah. This smoke must be moving from the same reeds I've seen gathered into bundles here and there. Plants hold both practical and cultural significances to the Hanu, then. Hello, can you all hear me? I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Come to the large building in the south of the village. I'm away. That was quick. We ought to hurry over too. Okay. That was quick. Oh, of course.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Soralja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu. I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne.
It's like the Amazing Race, but it's not the Amazing Race.
Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
Oh, we got a third party? Yes.
Ugh, he made it after all.
Okay. This doesn't scare us.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
By the way, this song is from the Society quest in Heaven's Word. Interesting callback, isn't it? I spent hours on that Society quest until it was all done at the end.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
If you do the Society quest in this game, it does feel like a payoff, in a way.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing. How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
I wonder what the two-headed figure is gonna say.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Of course. Why am I not surprised?
Oh, mercy me! You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja.
He's not that intimidating. You should have met the fellow Ashians we've been dealing with for the last... How many expansions? 3, 4 expansions? They're far more intimidating than this small fish.
Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
In other words, it'll be over before it began.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone. The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
You do realize everyone is still right here, yes?
What of Little Miss Mittens?
You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
Oh, if only Bako Jaja and his student figure knew the actions we were dealing with.
Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you.
Of course, those two are overconfident. But they have no idea what we've been through.
These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Oh, you don't say. You don't say. Imagine if you can do a trial right here, right now.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are. I'll show them.
Well, Clement, don't... Oh, Jesus. Yep. I have yet to see character development from this character. It's no different to people bullying you or belittling you. You should be happy with yourself. Not everyone's cut out for things. If you know you can do it, don't let others, ruin your confidence. You can be very easy with peer pressure, but I digress.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this Wokalamak character, Remedy. I've never seen this expansion before, but I'm not really big fan of that character. Too childlike. Everything has to be spelled out.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
Thanks for spelling it out every time. The voice acting is not the problem here, it's the writing. Of all the expansions, this is the one character I don't like. And it's getting the most screen time too. But yeah, Remedy, welcome back to this little show of ours. We finally see a new zone. This is what the new zone looks like. Well, this is like we have already seen 2 new zones from this expansion so far. There's still 4 more to go. But anyway, back to the main story here. So the Hanu also eat the reeds. Yet another way in which they differ from the Vanu. Not that I intend to gratify when it responds, but Bako Jaja's provocations are hard to ignore, and I don't think Bako Jaja cares. This kind of feed is tailor-made for a rational, educated scholar like Kwana. I understand not wanting to fall behind, but rushing ahead risks playing into our opponent's hands. Let's not do anything reckless and think matters through. Yeah, tell us welcome out here. Alright, the feet of reeds. I don't know the first thing about farming, but if there is a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we are going to find it. I'll make my call, Judge. Yeah, we know. Understanding the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves and then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Annabelle, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course. You know me. And just like I showed you before, these areas have a day and night cycle. And of course, we're going in style with an alligator. But that's a flying player, by the way. I know she wants to do her best, but she should be careful not to make promises she cannot keep. Look at these fields. Why this could be not? Why this could be a painting? I see. They irrigate the fields by diverting water from the neighboring river. It is unlikely the reeds ever dry out. And there I thought these fields would have as battling dire fiends or similar. Agriculture is a far thornier problem. You can all stand back. I'll get to the bottom of this problem in no time. Oh, yeah, sure. Give me strength. Let's all of us scour the fields and help our bold leader identify anything unusual. Okay, what's that? I wonder what this place looks like at daytime. Okay. Right click to interact, and that's all you do. Wilted and unhealthy. Okay. This kind of reminds me of the rice fields I see in Asia, in a way. Okay, no obvious contaminants. Okay. Paddy mud. Soils in the patties of respect, rigid color, but not dry. Okay. And finally, the last point of interest. The lethargic frog. Small frog catches your eye. Strangely lackadaisical. Doesn't even bother to hop and eventually scurries away. Okay. Imagine going to work with your alligator like this every day. Oh, water strider. It's sluggish though, more of a water shambler. Not a miss with the patties themselves, as far as I can tell. Okay. The whole gang is here. Okay. Any luck? Sorta. I wonder what this place looks like at morning or evening. Okay, nothing to see there. What do you have to say? See enough? I'll call everyone together. We can share discoveries. Okay, what do we have now? No voiceovers here, I think. No. Well, what do you think? Well, we have something. I agree. The waters look to be of good quality, as does the mud in which the reeds have been planted. The frogs and insects are unusually torpid. This suggests the problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. Could something invisible to the naked eye be polluting the water? We would need an alchemist to know for certain. Oh, we're an alchemist. We're an alchemist. No? Okay. I don't have much to add about the field, but something else occurs to me. When you were describing how the creatures seemed lifeless, I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villagers. They've suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there is another reason for their flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival. This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it, the Hanu are struggling even more to recover. The last time I visited, the village was in the middle of the festivities. You'll never see the Hanu more joyful and alive. It's an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes. So I say we help them put on their festival. Give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows? Maybe fixing one problem could lead us to a solution for the other. Stranger things have happened. Right. I failed to see the relation between festivals and fields. Let's not be too hasty on dismissing that idea. Things which seem unrelated cannot prove to be connected in surprising ways. Plot twist? Okay. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal is worth entertaining. I suppose. Besides, this is Woklama's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. Can Woklama be Darkwing Duck or something? No? Okay. Or the One Piece protagonist? No? Okay. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does everyone know where the festival float is? It's like a boat woven from reeds that looks like a bird. Well, we saw it earlier. That big building to the north? That's it. Oh, it's raining already? Oh, okay. Even though this game is over 10 years old, the art style still holds up. At least there's more texture to their faces so it doesn't look like plastic. There's much less debate when I'm traveling alone. Okay. What about this flying boat? Yeah, I don't have all the Dawntrail zones unlocked yet. Oh, why is this game freezing up again? Then again, this is not the only time this is happening. This can happen in other games as well, for some reason. Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's a different animal. It's like a turtle, but it's a really big turtle. Okay. So, we're back to the Social Hub again. What about this ship? Look at the size of that thing. They don't expect me to help carry it. The handles gave me pause before, but now I understand their purpose. I've never been here during festival season, so this is all new to me, too. Okay, what did Krill have to say? What a charming float. I wonder what bird was the inspiration for this design. Yes, this is the float I remember. Does it not appear somewhat damaged to you? Let's take a closer look. Okay, so we gotta look around. Missing eye. Oh dear, one of the bird's eyes seems to be missing a gemstone. That's the obvious one out of the way. Oh, that's definitely broken. How they lift this great big vessel with all the carrying poles intact. Yes. And finally, bedraggled feathers. Yep. These tail feathers have seen better days. I swear the colors were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. That was straightforward. Oh, and by the way, that Mabrao's video is out, by the way. It's not necessarily about the gameplay, but it was amusing nevertheless. Well, I think we can all agree this bird boat is in dire need of repairs. So now, how do we go about fixing it? What is going on here? We were admiring your festival float. It's a shame it's in such a poor state. Due to the recent storm, I gather? Yes. We had to leave it exposed while we assured our people to safety. With the float in this condition, there can be no lifting of wings. No Ihana. Ihana, that's what the festival was called. I want to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are ruined. We're struggling to make repairs. And you want us to hold a harvest festival? I know how it sounds, but giving into misery never improved anyone's situation. Celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through this tragedy. The role of festive leader is mine this year, and there is nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. But we don't even have enough materials to repair the float. We need a buksika for the missing eye, Oipuyo wood for the poles, and feathers from the winds chosen to adorn the tail. 2 of these I know. Abugiga is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and Oipuyo wood is essential for cutting ceremonial instruments. These chosen feathers, however... The winds chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants see who can blow a feather the furthest using wind magics. And that's something of a problem right now. We Hano are gifted at employing such airy sorceries, but expend a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the effort, and having no reeds to eat will only make it harder. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously, so much so that they stifle the development of nearby plants. They must be a potent source of the energies you naturally lack. They are indeed. Owing to the poor harvest this year, we've been left innervated. And if we cannot gather the correct materials as stated by custom, we cannot repair the festival float. Oddly enough, we may have just stumbled upon our solution. The winds chosen would, by necessity, have a natural gift for manipulating magical energies, which means any feathers taken from the victor should be high in ethereal conductivity. The float's construction also requires a stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored for ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. The float may also function as an arcane device. Precisely what I was thinking. This boat of reeds is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. A focus? For what? Ooh, Ihana is a harvest festival, isn't it? That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops. So if you repair the boat and hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. We won't know until we try, but it's a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, ritual ceremonies. These have all been known to elicit miraculous effects. Wait. The float, a tool for magic? This is the first I'm hearing of it. In the beginning, it may well not have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it. But when the harvest was poor, new adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued their work with ardent hopes for a brighter future. Through years of trial and error, the Hanu would have refined their festival float into a focus for harvest prayers. Incredible. I know you're particularly fainting from hunger, but reviving Ihana really does sound like a resolution to all your woes, and I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. I'm still not convinced about this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I'll introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both the eyes and the poles before, so he should know where and how to procure what we need. Then allow Lisa and I to acquire the feathers. We'll encourage the people of Akuhano to gather and vie for the title of Winds Chosen, by sharing with them our own reserves of mana. I'll go with you. I carry some alchemical brews that may afford the same effect. three of us will visit the shipwright then. Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best as I can, and the responsibility is mine, after all. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Linuhanu. Nice to meet you, Linuhanu. And certainly, let's all go together. Do we get voiceovers finally? We'll see. To find myself working alongside the third promise herself is unexpected, to say the least. We're making progress now. The solution to Akanu's woes is as good as found. Thanks to Wook Lama, we find ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are all valuable assets. But there's something to be said for following one's instincts. Okay. The shipwright's name is Wokivu. He's a Zebral, only moved to Kozamuka a few years ago, but has since mastered our customs to an almost frightening degree. He's especially strict when it comes to manners, so make sure to offer him a proper Hana greeting. You want to offend him right before asking a favor. A proper Hana greeting? Oh, that one. Don't worry, I remember how it goes. Then we shouldn't have any problems. Let's head to Okigame to the east of here. Okay? Okay. And the plot continues. Okay. Surprised it's not sunny yet, but whatever. I'm surprised some enemies in these areas still chase after me, even though I'm level 100. But whatever. So far, not much progress on the story yet. It's mostly filler. It's a fetch quest right now. Oh, it seems they have a place here where visitors can stay. It's cozy. Look over there. Do you see that big winding staircase? Where? Oh, that one. Oh. This is Okebigi, the village of all. Those who drift into Kozamuka from Toyal and elsewhere are welcome to live here alongside the Hanu. As for Wokivu, he lives and works in the House of Waters High, the top of that large tree nearby. Follow me, but I should warn you, to climb up the stairs can be challenging. Okay. Oh, a treehouse, sorta. I don't know if this is based off from another Final Fantasy game from the past, but hey, it's nice to see it in 3D, you know? Imagine seeing a tree this big in real life with a staircase like this. Cool. Imagine having to climb these stairs every freaking time. Not a bad view from up here. We are hoping to enlist the man's aid, so it pays not to be rude in any case. Okay. I should mention that Wokivu isn't only a stickler for etiquette. He's also, well, you'll find out soon enough. Do we get voiceovers? Let's see.
What do you want with me?
Right. The greeting. Ohokali.
Okay.
Oh, Kali!
Just like Lally-Ho from Shadowbringers. In a way. Cute.
Good. You brought your manners with you.
Okay.
When in Ukanu, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Okay.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
It's also called assimilating.
Ah, I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before. You're Wuklamat! Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wukevu. Here I am prattling on about manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette.
Oh my god, the twitching.
Please, take up your axe and claim my impudent head!
Will not. Keep your head. I hate formalities anyway, so forget about it, alright?
Alright then, consider it forgotten.
My god, are these two characters goofy in a way?
How prompt.
That's putting it mildly, Krill.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape, and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you worked with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
That I do. But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials.
So we can get more.
My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm. I'll need 10 days or so to restock.
We can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
What? Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
I told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit.
I want to see Krill's face right now. No? Okay.
What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season, and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Too many Hanu have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
Well, maybe a little.
At least you're being honest.
Allow me to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
Okay.
That should save us some time.
Yes.
All right then. Let's get moving.
And how curious. Yes, of course you were eavesdropping. Yeah, you were of course eavesdropping.
Chosen One, one of your rivals is making progress.
Yes, of course we
Ah, Ihiana, you say? Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out.
are.
The third-rate promise is making herself useful after all.
Oh, please, you don't scare us. You don't scare us. I've had to deal with some terrible abominations. You are not that intimidating. I've had to deal with some primals that tower bigger than they do. A rather eccentric fellow. Feel his heart is in the right place. Cave Kikutol is southwest of Ukano. We can turn to the village first, then head there on foot. Okay, quick travel back. Well, hopefully something's gonna happen here before we head off for the night. At least we can make some progress in the plot. Okay. I almost envy how effortlessly he can shift from one mood to its polar opposite. At least I presume he does so by choice. Southwest of here, was it? Let's be on our way. Okay. I'm surprised there's no sun yet here in this zone, but whatever. Yeah, don't worry about, you know, exploring this area until you progress further into MSQ. Eventually, you do get the Ether Currents and then the additional quest to eventually fly here. Look, you can see the falls at the back of the cave. These hollows must have been carved out by the constant deluge of water from above. Cave Kikutola, as promised, home to many deadly creatures. Venture inside, if you feel confident. I will conduct my own search out here. You can spot Raw Bugika by its green-hued glimmer. Bring anything matching that description to me. I shall help scour the inside of the cave then. Take the west half and I'll take the east. Yeah, this is not really that scary. Yeah, it's not really that scary. After all the stuff we've been through in this game so far. What about this? Good thing I leveled up all my jobs ahead of time. What about this? Oh, since we're here, might as well get that. How convenient. Whoa, look at this. Compared to the previous expansions, there's only 4. But in this one, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay. Yeah, they really increased the number, did they? But whatever. You're not gonna get them all anyway, because you gotta do them MSQ, which you still have to do these first. But whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world when you can just go get the nearest one. Some of the cave's inhabitants took umbrage to my presence. But it was nothing a few swishes of my brush couldn't handle. Yeah. They picked over the ground near the entrance but found nothing. You had better luck inside the cave? Yes, we did. Yes, this is Abokika. Along with Krail's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. The stones you brought shine very brightly. Thank you both. You would have been happy to know we were putting things right. True to be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be festival leader for this year's Ihana. But when that big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on instead. That was why you agreed to Wuklama's request, despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me. And I will walk it, for myself and for my friend. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please, rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I'm certain our companions are procuring the necessary materials as we speak. Everything will come together, and the Hanu shall host a splendid, uplifting festival. And we shall. With that, let's return and deliver the Abukika into Wokivu's waiting hands. Okay. Okay, back to the village we go again. Oh, gonna go all the way back there. Okay. Naturally, we cannot get all the currents done because we haven't unlocked all the zones yet. So I wouldn't worry about it right now. Just like the previous expansions, you do get access to all the zones eventually. Even though there's a huge number of these, it doesn't really change the fact that you can just use an ether compass and you'll get them all eventually. Is it gonna finally stop raining, or? Hey, at least I give the game credit. At least there's enough variety going on. Okay, just gotta go back to that treehouse again. Just like the previous zone, I guess you do a certain number of quests and eventually get going with the next one. I'm surprised there's no dungeon yet, but hey, eventually we'll get to that. This is one tall treehouse. Imagine climbing these stairs every time. Couple of Lamat's foray was as productive as ours. Come too far to stop now. The lifting of wings must go on. This guy just got back ourselves. You find the stone we need? Yes. Thanks to the promise and her mighty swings, we collected some suitable logos of Yupu. What are the Volkika? And there it is. Got lucky. Yes, these are excellent samples. A goodly quantity, too. This stage, you've likely surmised that the lifting of wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, eh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes to plan, the results should be spectacular. Now, to get to work crafting these pieces for the float, I could use an assistant verse in arcane arts to enhance the Yupo's activity. And I'd be delighted to help. Everyone else should head back to Okanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is complete. Excited to see how Yuna turns out. Final touches are fairly routine and shouldn't take long. Go ahead and wait by the float. Alrighty. For some reason, this zone kind of reminds me of Avatar. A little bit. But there's no ships fighting. Stuff like that. I hope we get to proceed to the next phase of the story once we're done with this. Oh, why is this thing stuttering? I don't know why that's happening again. It's just me. Okay. As Wookie Vu said, the festival really is a spectacle to be behold. Yeah, the Yuppie was trial in itself. First, Wookie Vu criticized everything I did. Then he suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill, the third promise must punish myself." Proceed to slam his head into Yuppie 3. I told him not to worry about it. Again. It was like stuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen to the poles on the new eye. Now we just have to wait and for the feathers from the twins. Okay. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Okay. Over there, by the float. Isn't that the third promise? And the rumors are true. She's trying to complete the feat of race by reviving Iana. The festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? Second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Okanu altogether. Did we ask too much of our young claimants? Oh, I wouldn't be too quick to count Kuana out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds, something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. That sounds like our Kuana. One looks at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed. As soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. Oh, that'll be interesting. Took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. Should have seen it. Called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for miles. We had to turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Anvil's twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I am a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we brought the wood and the gemstone replacements crafted by Wukiru. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remember being surprised he could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be of personage of great esteem, which is why invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is it? Our beloved Ihana, the lifting of wings, is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wakamana, as our guest of honor. Me. Oh, come on. Come on, just try. At least try. This boat won't be seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then we anchor. Can hardly refuse a request from even one more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I will be delighted to ride your float. Thank you. The mud. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We're carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kunzumniki. The sacred likeness of Kizikai is exhumed. What I'd like you to do is clear the path to dangerous wildlife, so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. Do you expect me to sit still until Wokivo is finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not frightened. I'll stay behind and assist Wokivo with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the side of the village and branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the stride of the sun. Then we shall see to clearing it end to end. Yay. Yeah, how many points do we gotta do? 3? 5? Let's see. So after we speak to Oklahoma, we'll find out how many we gotta do. Okay. So. Weapons at the ready. Make short work of this task, and not a moment too soon. If the float functions, I think it does. I would not be surprised if it were attracting the creatures. This concentration in ether would be an irresistible lure. The degree to which Iwokiwu pursues his interest is remarkable. Apparently, his studies of the Kozamuka region were so invigorating that he decided to move here and immerse himself in the culture. As Linohanu said, Kozenaku should be down this way, then off to the east when the path branches. It's something about bridges and the stride of the sun. Anyway, let's flip and get to work. Once you've called all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Zizayai. How many points we gotta do? I guess we're doing it one by one. Okay. Usually at this point, like earlier in the game, it gives you 3 or 5 points or so to do. But really, it depends how the game wants you to do it. I remember this one quest in Heaven's Word where it was literally down a path, and we had to stop every so often, but whatever. It helps that we're a high level already. That's one. Okay. Told you, you don't need to watch over me anymore. Okay. So that's one. This will be our second. So is the third gonna be our last one, or is there more? Who knows? Ooh. That's one down. Nice. That's the same enemy from a lower level dungeon, except the colors of that enemy is different. I forgot what they're called though. Frogs? At this rate, we'll soon have the route to Kozeniki secured. Right. Okay. While we're here, might as well quickly get this over with, if the game allows us to. Yeah, let's see if the game allows us to do this. Oh, cool. Sometimes you gotta do the MSQ first before the game allows you to do a tuning. Okay. Alrighty. Wonder where this path leads. Now this is my kind of busy work. Unless I never disappoints. Oh, welcome. It's been some time since I had a visitor who is in with the Hanu. Is there anything you wish to know about this place? I'll share what I know. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do we get a huge cutscene this whole parade, or let's see. I don't know. No, not yet. Ah, you were a step ahead of us. This must be the likeness of Xiaoyi, the Hanu deity of the harvest. Even the sacred images are woven with reeds. Makes you appreciate how much their culture revolves around the reed harvest, doesn't it? It's said that Xiaoyi was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Torah by the first Hanu. As long as you can assimilate them in some way, that's all you need. Hanu migrated here from another continent? Then mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but should we be getting back to Hanu? You will have to know the path is safe for the procession. Right, and I need to ride on the float. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here. Meanwhile, in Okano, oh, I can only guess what's going on. Yes, of course.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
Oh, please, Buckle Jaja, you're not intimidating to me. No, you're not. I've seen more evil characters in this game than you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry.
I love Aaronville's character. Aaronville is probably one of the best side characters in this game. But if Aaronville becomes the main character alongside the Adventure of Light or whatever, hey, that'd be nice.
She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
Yes, we are so likable already, an obvious villain.
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again! This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
Bruh.
Cha-cha!
How does this go? Let me be there instead of her. Let me be there, please, instead of her. That'd be nice.
I put everything into that blow.
Yes. Can I please fight that guy already? That would be so exciting.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf.
Oh, please, I can't wait to
us.
kill you. Can't wait to kill you, if possible.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Bored now. No, you're just a small fish in this story. Please, let me fight you. It'll be more exciting than what you're doing. Please, let me fight you.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Please let me fight this guy. Or is it gonna happen until later?
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you like.
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre.
Please fight me. I want to see you try. You're not that. You're a small fish.
What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Let me guess. We have to deal with that later. Yay.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts.
Can we kill these guys now? No? Let's wait until later? Okay.
Lucky for you.
No, not lucky for you. Not lucky for you.
Ugh, two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
At least you tried.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
Right.
It'll take more than that to kill me.
Right.
So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
If I was the writer here, that facial expression alone with no lines being said is already better. But that's just me. Sometimes it's best to just let the expressions of the characters do the talking instead of, you know, saying it literally sometimes. I'm not the best writer by any means, but even I can see that. Given the nature of the right of succession, I expect such altercations are inevitable. Shouldn't he be disqualified right there for even drawing the blades? Yeah, whatever. I don't know if that's a plot hole, but I don't know, it's a technicality. I'm glad we kept that float up Bakal Judge's clutches, for now. Gods. Brush me aside like I was a bothersome. Now, yeah, I don't think you have the fighting experience like we do. Yeah, you don't think you have the fighting experience like we do. Thankfully, we made it back before anyone was seriously injured. He waited for us to leave so he could steal the float. Coward and a thief. He's a small fish. If he does summon something, then it's not gonna be a big deal. If I've learned one thing in my life, it's that poor manners often betray poor character. Tense encounter. Thank Alphino thought to share those link pearls. Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against that two-head, I may as well have not been there at all. Nonsense. You stood your ground and brought us some time. We need to make it back. You're incredibly brave. You know what that reminds me of? I don't know if you guys seen Star Trek DS9 or Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but it's very similar to a scene that what was that character's name again? Quark stood against the Klingons. I mean, Quark's species are not fighters at all, but it was definitely brave. Anyway. Knowing the Hanu. So afraid Woklamak would come to harm. I've seen enough death. Okay. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be a courtesy to inform the villagers that Ihana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Okay, see, I remember. Sorry. Yeah, I think we'll make it back to Tulayali, the main social hub, after this quest, if we're lucky. Okay. Don't tell me you forgot the greeting. Fine, watch closely. Okay. Just like Lally Ho from Shadowbringers, except this is different. Okay. It's finally sunny here again. Sweet. Okay. So the rule of 3 applies again for these quests. Okay. Okali. Did I pronounce that right? I don't know. Thank you for letting me know. We'd very much like to attend the festival, but the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. Let's do what to do. Okay. Okali. Festival's about to begin? What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course I'll be there! Weighing up to the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but the lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. I wonder if we get a grand cutscene for doing this. Who knows? Okay. Okay. What? The float is fixed? Our fallen friends would be glad to know the Hina will soon be underway. Would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let their loss deter us from it. We must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. Okay. Okay. Do we get a grand cutscene for all the efforts we've done so far with this little thing here? Let's see. I know we're pleased to hear the festival's going ahead, I imagine. As well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last. Okay, here we go. Looks like we can get voiceovers here, I think.
So few have come.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Right. Off we go.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival!
At least, it's not the other guy. Guys.
Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out! But do not even think of dropping her!
Okay.
Ready and...
I could get used to this.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Hey, if it's tradition, I'm not complaining.
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozanuaki!
If that went in real time, how long would that take? Much later. And he's getting a little tired. Yep. And how is...
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
Okay.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy.
That would be so cool to see in person.
Keshaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
You know, this kind of reminds me of Mass Effect 3 in a way. After you get rid of the Genophage from the Krogans. It's pretty cool. Yep. Yeah. Except it actually happens immediately here. It's immediate. Oh, that was convenient.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible!
Imagine if that existed in real life. That would solve problems. I wish that final shot would linger just a little longer. Oh well. That's beautiful. I'd like to take a turn riding the float. What? It looked like fun! Don't pretend the thought you didn't cross your mind. Same here. Their fields rejuvenated. The Hanu too might finally replenish their flagging reserves of ether. I was too quick to dismiss the idea that the float had arcane properties. I think I wanted to believe that no one knew more about Ihana than me. As it turns out, there are many things I have yet to learn. I told you, didn't I? Spectacle. I wasn't sure what to expect, but the festival was admittedly impressive. Being deprived of their usual sustenance, the Hanu seemed invigorated the moment the festival began. Yana truly is magical. Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please, feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished. No voiceovers? Actually, no, voiceovers again. Cool.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognized the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater. But today's events remind us of the power in tradition.
Yes, and you have to assimilate with their traditions, whether you like it or not. And don't force it.
Connor!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
What happened? Nice.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
I don't think it's Mr. Liquid.
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
I mean, it's true, technology did help us.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
Yeah.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
Yes.
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana.
At least it's not the other guy who just wants to just cause violence. I mean, it's better than the alternative.
With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Five more to go.
And on to the next.
Very not the one to show
Not
off.
even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
Yeah. I mean, there are people like that who are just straight to business. Not much emotion, so, yeah.
A third promise? You must join us for Ihihana next season. As Dawn servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now.
That Kwana character is sort of like Ishtola, but with less emotion.
Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
And what about the two-headed character? Where is he? Where is that guy?
These are interesting times indeed.
No foreshadowing? Okay.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
Yes. Yes, I can see that going very well. Well, Kona seems a decent sort. He strikes me as a man who likes to keep others at a distance. That makes 2 out of 7 keystones. So far, so good. I'm curious as to who these Archons and the second promise mentioned could possibly be. Where has Bakul Jaja gone, I wonder? What did his following mean by their other prospect? My journey just started, and I've already met so many wonderful people. Okivu, for one. He's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of their cultures as he is. And Lunahanu. It warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Yana, and to help others do the same. I can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to GLFD. Okay. Alright, that's another quest gone. So, where is the plot gonna go from here, now that we've done the 2 chains so far? Hey, in 2 hours we did progress today. I'm happy. I wonder if we get more quest unlocked at this stage. The Hanu Festival must be as central to the traditions as the Suntrap dance is to the Vanu. I have not forgotten our obligations to Oklamat, but it's moments like these we can immerse ourselves in the cultures of others. Feel me anticipation for the new experiences this venture will bring us. Cool. I noticed Zoralja was not at the Hanu village. Yet in a contest like this one, it's only a matter of time until the claimants are pitted against each other in dire competition. Pray we don't cross paths with Uncle Jaja at the next feat. But even if we do, we made a good start on these challenges. Hopefully we keep it up. When Moklamat declared the intention to save the festival, I feared where it would lead us. Glad to see my concerns were unfounded. Traveling with so large and a diverse group is unfamiliar to me. She could see me now. Look at us! The contest has barely begun and we already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. Can only hope. Well, we finally made it to level 91 finally. Yay. Yeah, we finally made it to level 91 after, what, 4 hours or so of playing? We've now won keystones from both the Feat of Reeds and the Feat of Gold. Surely that means our approach to the contest was the right one? This will probably be our last one for the night. So it would seem that continuing to retrace Gul Jaja's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. And let's visit the Giants next. Like Krill said, the fact that they were searching for the Golden City might mean they know something useful. The Homi Yukwe is in the upper reaches of Okapacha. Unless you keep scaling the cliffs, we'll have to take the long way around, through Kuzamuka. This route will take us close to the Moblin village, which is another important location in the saga. Since we'll need all the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while passing through. So we call on the Moblins first, then. Let's head there right now. I'm afraid right now is going to be a problem. The flight of Wee Wingless, the great stairs leading to the Moblin settlement, collapsed in the storm. What are we to do then? There is an alternative, but it requires preparation. Till it's ready, you could rest at the cabins or see more of the city, whatever you prefer. Just to be sure, you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets to our destination? Of course, who do you take me for? And as your guide, I'll see to the arrangements. Well, it seems we have some free time on our hands. Let's make the most of it. Yep, our last quest. And we made it to level 91 of all things. I'm happy. I need to get my axe prepared. I nicked the blade pretty bad when I took a swing at Uncle Jaja. That reminds me. I never got around to introducing to Ropley, did I? He's the man in charge of Wachimiki, and a good person to know. Want to come along? I guess we have to get the plot going here. Let's go then. We have to get the plot going, so sure. Ready? The markets of Wachimiki are to the east, and on the other side of the base of Bevi. Okay. This kind of reminds me of the Stormblood expansion, except this is different. This is Onti's Tacos, named for its owner here, the lovely Tizo. If you're after the best tacos in Toledo, this place is at the top with Jovial Tea. You say that, Third Promise, but you only ever eat old Brook-Evu's food. Come and buy mine for a change. Sorry, Tizo, it's been a while, hasn't it? So I'll stop for a bite once the contest is over. Yeah, sure. My, the Third Promise. I might assist you this fine evening. Well met, Rupley. I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Yes, it's been chipped quite terribly. Gonna cleave rocks again, were we? Something like that. Think you can fix it? You stand among Tural's most prestigious gathering artisans and ask this question? Just child's play. I'll repair it for you in 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Dear, leave in your capable hands. Who is your companion, if I may ask? This is any of the great adventurer recruited from across the salt. I brought him here to meet you, actually. Though he might have a reason to visit Wachimiki sooner or later. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Rupley, a humble representative of this grand center of trade. Pleasure to meet you. You there. Stop dithering in the shadows and announce your business already. I've seen that man somewhere before. Oh. The people in the ship that we just don't remember. Okay. A jewelry maker you met on the voyage over? Oh, I remember you spoke to in the two. Bunchintane, was it? Yes, that was his name. You've been loitering like a flighty admirer who can't pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. Out it then. Why are you here? That is to say, no. We're no closer to solving that enigma. Wonder if we could use someone to talk to. Let's have you go and ask. Let me know by link if you find it first. Boy. Yay, we gotta go find the NPC now. I wonder where this part of the story is going before we go to the next location. This is one big circle. Oh, convenient. You were conversing, Master Ripley. Wait, we met before, haven't we? In the ship, yes. Found him? Good, right there. Why did you run off like that? Did you have business with Ripley or not? Please, you didn't concern yourself with my affairs. I'm deserving of such attention. What are you going about? What? Biggie, you do not ask me to explain. I can't read your freaking head. Sorry, but the more you tell me not to, the more curious I become. So be it. Before I came to Toyal, I worked as a goldsmith at the most prestigious jewelry maker in Awolawolda. His name Aesthetics. Oh, it started off well enough, but as days passed, everything began to go wrong. Compared to the masterpieces of my talented colleagues, our products were lacking. Mediocre. I lost all confidence. Crippling doubt had possessed me, and any veneer bravado I tried to put forth soon cracked beneath its weight. Thus did I take ship, hoping to find a fresh beginning on new shores. Yet as you witnessed, I lacked the courage to even approach a potential employer. You stand before a man wallowing in the wreckage of his ill-spent existence. Alright then. You offered a morsel, and served as a full course. You must have really wanted someone to hear your story. If you like, I could try to give you a few words of advice. Then you have experience with my predicament of feeling terribly inadequate compared to your undeniably superior peers. Well, when you put it that way, yes. Yes. Thanks for pointing out. We all have our pros and we all have our strengths and weaknesses. We all do. Yes, we know, Oklahoma. We know you're not the best. We know. Yeah, we know. Of course, you remember the royal family. Please forgive my presumptuousness. But what of you? Have you ever measured your work against that of your colleagues and found yourself wanting? You can't measure your work by the sex of others. No. How can I not? Should my work not meet the same exacting standards, no new commissions will be forthcoming. What then was the point of my becoming a goldsmith? I'm a goldsmith as well. You can't say that? No. Okay. Looking back, it was my father who inspired me to take up the trade. His exquisite creations brought radiant smiles on the faces of his clients, and I admired him deeply for it. But in the course of striving to be as great as goldsmiths as him, I lost sight of my original motivation. All I ever wanted was to spread joy to my craft as he did. Perhaps I'll give this one last try. Thank you both for reminding me what is truly important. I don't know if this character is going to be important later, but I mean, so far it's been just, doing business, and that's it. It's just hanging out at a new location, that's it. But it's truly important. Alright, we're gonna finish things up here. Oh, I need to ignore you, but yes. I'm glad to see Fungentain is giving himself another chance. Okay. Go all to Raleigh. I think this might be our next location. This might be our next dungeon after all. I mean, look at the amount of gil. This will be perfect for the next day. Oh, or the next time. Beautiful timing. Yeah, there's no new quests yet, so yep. There's no point. I mean, we could explore this entire area, but you're not gonna unlock you're not gonna unlock flying just yet. But hey, there'll be the dungeon next. Cool. The very first dungeon of this expansion, and I don't have to worry about queue times as much. Just need to do a tank or a healer, and I'll be fine. With that being said, I gotta go. But hey, perfect timing. Perfect way to end things here. I mean, after almost 3 hours, I made progress. Went from level 90 to level 91. Cool. Nice. But I gotta go here, like I said, it's getting late. I'll see you guys again soon. Yeah, the story in this expansion is not exactly the best, but seeing new locations is what gets me interested. So, see you guys again soon.